Yes. Welcome back again to another edition of The Streets Is Ours. Y'all know what it hit for, you dig? If our ears to the ground as always, you ain't hear from us, you ain't gonna hear from nobody else. I got my brother the New Logic with me, and we gonna get deep on this term that's been used, fake it till you make it. Like, it's been used so loosely, like people don't really understand what that means. But before we go into deep depth into that, we want to talk about something that's been going on in the news that y'all might not even much know about. Did you know that private schools are trying to take funding from public schools? Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? So we're gonna talk about that first. My brother New Logic, the New Logic, he hit me up with this game, and I was like, wow, look how they trying to take money, but they gonna teach the same agenda. See, the money grab is always out there. My brother New Logic, can you please go into a little depth with that?
Right, no doubt. So, school choice thing that they call it, they allow for parents to opt out of taking their kids to public schools if they can't afford to go to private schools. It's a way for the private schools to find a way into the financial pockets of the taxpayers. Because private schools don't get paid for by taxpayers. Public school information. So they're trying to take those streets. They want those streets to themselves. So that's what that's about. And in their moves that they're making, is shortcutting public education and making it less efficient, making public education not viable, and everybody's unsatisfied with public education because these people are taking off the funding so that they can kill public education and make it their own, privatize all education. That's their intent. So personally, I have kids in private school, and I know that it's not very different from public school. None of the curriculum is different. None of the everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's just
Because I have a daughter that's in public school, and it's I went live talking about some of the curriculums that they try and teach her when you can actually find the answers. They teaching old history, and it has nothing to do with the real life. Like, they're not teaching these kids about what goes on in the real world, financial, economics, like things like that. So a private school ain't teaching it, a public school is not teaching it. So, but the private schools are snatching that money. It's basically like the baby mama putting the dude on child support. You taking my money for what?
You made a good point right there, because education is insufficient in itself. I mean, I guess I take that back, because the fundamentals are important. You need to learn how to add, subtract, and multiply. And not knowing how to read is important too. You know, I mean, if you can't read the instructions on what you're supposed to be doing, you might blow something up.
Yeah.
So I think that. But at the same time, there's a big old deficit or a big missing part in education where they should focus on the individual human being and find out what this human being is good at, and then strengthen that. Instead of having this one-size-fits-all education system where everybody just fall in line and become good students so that you can become good workers. They're not trying to teach you how to be an entrepreneur, how to get out there on your own. They're trying to teach you how to work for them. That's the plan.
I like what you said, one size fit all education. That is a great terminology, because that's basically what they do. And like I said, they're not teaching these kids how to, financial things, economics. It's like.
That's you're absolutely right. I was focused on the independent thinking part of the kids' education, but that's a whole other part. The independent thinking part is teaching them how to be themselves. But now, what you just brought up, go ahead. Let's get into that.
Well, I mean, imagine if we had somebody that taught us about economics and how to use our dollars resourceful so that it can create more money for us back at that time. And then right now, we will be in a different space. It was all about competition back then. Nobody didn't want to teach you nothing because it was a competition. But people don't get this collective thing. It goes back to our RTS or Black of Com. Like nobody don't want to think collectively. So the kids are not being taught this because let's be honest, most of the teachers don't really like their jobs. Fuck, I get paid more than a teacher at the job that I work at, and I ain't gotta teach nobody shit.
Right.
So you gotta love what you do in order for you to even. There are certain teachers that will do that and take a certain interest in certain people and have that, but overall, as a collective, they don't do it.
Yeah, because it's got to be a structural thing. Like you have to have that built into the system so that all of the kids have a fair shake at learning finances, learning how to balance your checkbook, learning how to invest in things, learning when not to, learning how to be financially stable, because that will create a lot of ability. It reminds me of when I was 16 years old. I had the opportunity to buy a fourplex. I had no financial advisors around me, and I had no money. But the owner of this thing was selling it for $5,000. Imagine if I had a little wit about myself, just a little intelligence.
Exactly.
I could have already been in the real estate business.
Right, way back when. So see, they not.
Way back when, because that $5,000 building is something like $200,000 right now.
Right. See, but they want to teach us about Martin Luther King, Black History, Malcolm X. We know all that already. We know all that already. We know that. Teach me economics. Teach me how to own something on my own. Teach me how to build a infrastructure. Where's the architect classes at? I mean, teach me something. You're not teaching me nothing that's going to be valuable in life. And that's what school is doing to these kids. And then you got the kids. Yeah, right.
Because if I can take what you taught me and apply it to my actual life, instead of you teaching me the Pygmalion theorem, first of all, no.
Yeah.
Ain't never gonna help me, and I'm never gonna need A times B equals Y C squared.
It's not gonna help me.
I've lived a long life, and I still haven't come across that.
Right. I'm not using that. Unless you see I want to be some type of scientist, motherfucker. Then you could be like, yeah.
Okay.
But
everybody can't be scientists.
right.
And see, that's the whole focus point. When I say the focus point, I got this one size fit all approach, where if these things can apply to what you intend on doing in your future, your career, or if they navigate you through a future in your career, then good for you. But for everybody else that falls to the wayside, well, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And there could be a net that's baked into the actual education that can start from the beginning. Be like, hey, that kid like building blocks, he might be an architect. Let's see what he's got.
That's crazy. But I love that terminology you used with a one-size-fit-all education system. It don't work for everybody. And I love the way you did that. We might have to go touch on that again, that one-size-fit-all education. I love that. But let's go to the our main topic, which is fake it till you make it. And the way I perceive it, how it's been used so negative and loosely that certain people think that because you look a certain way that you're not that person. The thing is, I look this way because I need to get to where my goal is. I'm fitting my narrative. Like when I used to wear suits and stuff, even though I was in the hood, they like, man, why you dressing up? Why you like? Y'all don't understand. I'm doing something different. I have other things I gotta do. This ain't where my life gonna end at. I'm not gonna be here with y'all cats. You dig? So the term "fake it till you make it." How would you break it down and explain it from your perspective?
Simple. Yeah. First of all, I always lived by a motto that I learned, I think, when I was like 18. I was competing in this academic Olympics with all of these eggheads and smart guys. And I read something that was profound and it stuck to me forever. It said, if you fail to plan, you're inadvertently planning to fail. So it just told me, if you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, the wheels start rolling. So you gotta have a plan. You always gotta have a plan. So, and how this relates to fake it till you make it. Well, your plan is gonna design your path and your way, especially if it's a good plan. And there's gonna be a dress code in this plan because you can't walk into a bank. Well, I was just explaining this to my wife. I'm going to get this loan. I can't walk into a bank with my joggers and my wife beater on. That's how I walk around all day. I can't go to the bank like that. So I'm going to have to throw one of my suits in the cleaners, get it brushed up. It's a little dusty, you know?
Right.
But the idea is that I'm going to approach the situation accordingly. You know, if I'm going to battle, I'm not going to battle in the suit.
That part. Yes, that makes total sense. So, when people say fake it till you make it, but like you just said, if I'm going to, and I'm using this term loosely because I want the analogy of it. If I'm going to war with someone I need something for, I'm gonna go dress for the battle. I'm not going in there, for that battle. I'm not going in there looking like I'm not ready for this battle because I know us as black people, we don't have that comfortability to where we can just go in and be like, hey, I need this or I need that, or go in there and be like, I know such and such. It don't work like that. We gotta go dress for the war already. And I'm not faking nothing. I'm just this is what I want. This is the way I need to look in order to get to the level I want to be at.
I'll go deeper than that. I'll say it's a practice attitude. Because once you get accustomed to, I've just changed a career path, and this is a business decision. So now I'm going to have to change my attire and start dressing in button downs. So the idea is a practiced attitude. Get accustomed to the uniform, whatever the uniform might be. Mm-hmm. And mine, in this case, going to have to be a suit and tie.
Yeah, that's business. I mean, you don't listen. I learned this when I went to LA and they made me a manager on duty, and they always saw me in my suit and tie. And one day, my dumb ass decided to go up there with my fucking wife beater on, and that's when I got fired. They headed out for me after that. It was like, damn, they saw me. They ain't see me. They ain't see me at work. They saw me as the street thug. It was like, wow, I'm the same motherfucker that's been doing this job for 6 months. But now you see me. Yeah, now you see me. Yeah. You saw all the tattoos. You saw the gold teeth at first, but now you see the tattoos and the gold teeth. And it's like, nah, we don't want this nigga around our people. And I was like, damn, that taught me something too. So, yeah, you always had a... Go ahead.
No, you tell me what it taught you, because I have something to say about that.
It taught me to, like you said, you have to dress for whatever battles you're going to face, and you can never let your defenses down around your enemies. I let my defenses down. I got comfortable, and my enemies showed me. What you got to say about that?
That's absolutely right. Now, let me check this out, because you just said everything right there. You got comfortable.
Yep.
Don't be comfortable. First of all, don't miss business and pleasure. Comfort is pleasure. You're not supposed to be comfortable at business. Approach that thing accordingly, man. Especially, even, I'm going to tell you this from a boss perspective. Because I don't work for nobody, I work for me. So, from a boss perspective, I still have to approach it properly. I can't go in there comfortably because that's my business. You know, be like, we don't want to go to Thugs R Us.
Right. Right.
So I can't be hanging around the shop looking like, you know, it's a trap house.
Right. You gotta always be professional at all times.
Right. Because for one, I'm the face of this business, and everything that approaches it, from the government to the bank, they the ones looking at me, and they're gonna see a gentleman standing up there because I know how to conduct myself.
Okay, let me ask you this then. when the term fake it till you make it, because a lot of people know you and they see you in a suit with a tie or a dress shirt with a tie, and they like, that ain't that dude. They would probably be calling that fake it as you make it, but you standing on your business, on your perspective, on what you trying to do. Like, we got to get people away from that term that this is what I'm doing to get to where I need to be. Would you agree with that?
I'll explain something to you. There's this young fella downstairs. He normally walk around, he looked like hands hanging off. But this very day, this guy had on a white suit. He was clean. He was with his family. They was going to go for a while, but his pants was still hanging off. I took my belt off and gave it to him. He was like, no, that's exactly what I needed. He didn't want his pants to be hanging off.
Oh, see, there it is, helping another young man in life.
No, forget about the helping the part. He didn't even want that. He just was in a situation where I have belt, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, the idea of thinking as a certain perspective, because you see somebody's pants hanging off, and that's cool and stuff, so you don't have your pants hanging off. First of all, don't be a follower, be a leader.
Always
That
talk.
guy wasn't no follower. He just was a victim of his circumstances. He tried to go do something to better himself. He don't need a belt. So, I walk through my neighborhood in fashions that baffles the mind. I have this Game of Thrones robe, like cape. You know what I mean? That's like a big with a big ass lion on one side and a dragon on the other side.
Yeah.
You seeing that, and they be like, Mr. Rich Man. I'm not Mr. Rich Man, because I'm not. And I wouldn't necessarily call that faking the time making. I'll call that, it was a cold day, I was staying warm.
Yeah, that was your
The point of the
fashion.
matter is, huh?
No, that was your fashion. I mean, yeah, that's all.
That's what I'm going to say. The point of the matter is this, that I have me. You understand? I don't need somebody's opinion to dictate whether or not my idea of fashion or style is acceptable. Because, honestly, to be honest with you, I know fuck how they feel about it. But the reaction I get from people be outstanding all the time. They be like, God damn, what you be doing? And the reason why is because my style isn't what they see in the streets all the time.
What about wait, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but what about the guys that have the Jordans that live with their mamas? The guys that's not creating anything, that the or girls too that dress up and put on all this makeup, they're still, living with their moms and still like not creating their own lane, not doing nothing. Like that's the part of fake it till you make it makes this term kind of valid. Makes it kind of valid. But there's people like you and I and others that fake it till you make it don't mean that to us. It actually stands for something.
Alright, so there we go. That's the definition of hijack, fake it till you make it. When you only just faking it. You ain't even trying to make it nowhere. How you gonna say fake it till you make it if you ain't got a plan? Your plan is to fail. Fake it till you fail? Well, alright, let's put it like this here. First thing, lose the loser attitude. Because you don't need that. Like, you ain't gotta impress nobody. If your idea is to impress a woman, and then you get that woman, you're gonna lose her real fast when she find out you fake and you ain't got nothing. And she gonna thought she was getting with a baller, and find out you ain't got nothing, you got some other. And then your homeboy gonna be hitting your girl in front of your face. Don't play with yourself like that. You know what I mean? You don't even play with yourself like that. You go and make good moves. First of all, when I met the most amazing woman on the planet, I wasn't even looking for nobody. I was trying to make moves. I was minding my business. Because I had things I needed to do. Life wasn't so quick. I had to figure out how to unstress the stresses.
Right. Man, that's... Whew. When I met mine too, the same way. Like Life Design. There was no fake it till you make it, none of that bullshit, but she was... Yeah.
You were out there trying to get everybody's attention.
That energy,
You know, like,
that
first of all,
energy just came, bro. Instant energy.
With myself, I have a problem with getting too much attention. So I'm a back up off the bitch type fella. Because honestly, I don't know. They just be like, hey, how you doing? And if so, women are incredibly rude. They do it right in front of my wife's face. And my wife be like, his wife right here. You know? So I've never had a problem with needing the attention of anybody. You know what I'm saying? See, most of these people, they need that attention. They need people's eyes on them in order to feel alive, feel like, you know, they are something. And if that's the way we live, then you gotta fix that too, because if you are not enough for you, then you ain't gonna be enough for nobody.
Okay, well, I'm glad you brought that up because this is something that's been bothering me for a minute, and maybe you can talk about it. The way women can use sex as power over a man. I mean, it's like the men go out to men do things. They stunt. They do the fake it till you make it shit to attract a woman. They look good. They peacock to attract a woman. Because women don't have to do that to attract a man. They just do what they do and they attract the man to them. But the way they can use their sex as a power against men, how would you want to explain that? Or am I saying it the right way? Or what do you have to say about that part?
Well, first of all, we men. And that's a power. Fuck that. You can't escape that idea. That's a power. The God of power. I'm on that team. I agree with that. So, I can't win that battle. But at the same time, I would say this. Be careful who you give that power to.
Mm-hmm. Ladies, y'all hear that? Say it again.
Yeah. Be careful who you give that power to.
Mm-hmm.
And that works both ways, not just for the ladies, but for the men too. Because TLC told them, don't go chasing after waterfalls, end up dead. Most of them shits is traps, they poisonous. Man, you fall in that and you're dead. She a black widow spider. And for the women, don't be a black widow spider. You are sacred. Don't let everybody drop anchor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna ruin yourself and you ain't gonna be worth nothing for nobody. You have to be something for somebody.
Gems.
So keep yourself from everybody until you find your somebody. That seems to be the hardest thing in the world for a lot of people to do. Like, especially for women, because a lot of women don't use that as something to trap men. So, okay, I'm gonna get back to that part with the women that use it to trap men. But for the ones that don't, they find a man, they think they like him, he's sweet, he all up in her business. She's like, I don't want to lose this fella, so I'm going to give it to him. And then she ends up losing him. That'd be her track record. Constantly giving it to him because she liked the dude, and she already knew that not giving it to him, she's going to be over there fucking her friend. I've seen this over and over again. So that's a hard one to deal with. And in that case, ladies, just keep it moving, man. If you want to be with that person and lay down with them, do what you got to do. But be careful about who you doing that with. And for the fellas, pussy is power. But shit, it's power too. But at the same time, listen to me. I'm going to speak from my own perspective.
We gonna go into that on another topic. Stick to the code, nigga.
All right. Now, for the women that use it as a weapon, now this is what it is. That's like the idea of people being feeling some type of way towards an interracial relationship. And they see a white dude with a black chick. I'm like, get your money, girl. Ooh, that's rough. Might be the case. But if that's the case, that's how you use the power she has to advance her position, right? So, at what point in time do we hate any hustle?
Oh. So you telling me that the sex is a hustle for a woman?
Well, if that is a hustle, then that's what it is. And I ain't never hate no hustle of any kind. If you're gonna get your money, yes, get your money.
Yeah.
Because that's the power she has. You know what I mean? Listen to me. From a man's perspective, once more, I think I was like 19, 20, 21, something like that. I was a gigolo. You heard me?
Yeah.
But in my defense, I wasn't a hoe. I was a gigolo. I didn't fuck for money. I entertained women for money. They like seeing my sexy body laying next to them. They like rubbing oils on me and shit. I let them. They paid me for that. They didn't get no sex out of it. Because I let them know I'm not a hoe. Like, if you're looking for a hoe, you gotta go on 4th Street.
Okay. So sex is not a power, whether it's man or woman. That's basically what you're saying. But it can be used as a tool, as a hustle.
Actually, it is a power. And let me explain that before I let you go forward. It is a power that you can use without even using. Because I found myself being able to use sex appeal without having sex. Just chilling with them. I was fucking sexy stuff and love that shit. They paid for that shit. So it is a power. It's powerful, you know? And I these people as happy as somebody that just fucked their brains out.
Well, I would say this. I would fuck their brains out for free. No power needed. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes.
Hold up. Since you said that, I have to say this here. To all of the king big ladies that think they gotta fuck every woman on the planet, abandon that nasty ass idea, man. Because just like I tell the women, don't throw yourself to the man. You gotta be fair. I'm a fair person. I'm the type of person that's fair and balanced. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's good for women and it ain't good for men. Nah, hold up. Because there might be a sweet thing out there that need you to know how to treat her before you turn her into something she is not supposed to be. And that's going to be talked about on the next episode.
Gems, always. My brother New Logic, we are here and we just gave y'all the game of the streets. If you wasn't listening, that means your ear wasn't to this shit, you dig? My brother, I need you to go ahead on to any generous people out there that's really listening and fuck with the show. Drop that Cash App to them if y'all want to contribute so we can do more better things to it. What's the Cash App?
That's Cherokee Lane in all caps. Cherokee Lane 101, all caps.
$, you heard me? And we about to chime out. One love, you dig?